Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well out there. And today we're going to head back to slasher film territory for a sequel to one of our newer horror villains on the scene. But before we do that, do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Join me here. I greatly would appreciate that. Also, as always, a shameless plug for my TeePublic and my Zazzle store. Get your Halloween merch now. We got plenty of designs over there. Those links will be in the description box below. And today we're going to talk about Terrifier 2. Yes, Terrifier 2 came out October 6th of 2022. It went out unrated like the first film, as the third film is going to be. It's 2 hours and 18 minutes long, had a budget of $250,000, which was crowdfunded. This is a totally independent movie, and upon release, it made $15 million, so a much bigger return on investment for this film compared to the first film. And back once again to write, direct, produce, and do the special makeup effects, Damien Leone. This is his baby. In this film, we got a new final girl, and this movie's better for it, I will say up front. Lauren Lavera plays Sienna in this film. She is our main final girl. She is our star, besides David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. And also Felissa Rose makes a cameo in this film as well, and it's always nice to see Felissa Rose. So right at the beginning of this film, we see Art killing the morgue attendant and escaping from the morgue, and it sets up right in the beginning that Art is supernatural, which we got little hints at of the first film. And Art's on the loose again. We're introduced to Sienna. She's living with her mother and her younger brother. Her father had passed away some years earlier, and this still haunts her. She was very much a daddy's girl, and so she's going through some things. And she's working on her Halloween costume. It's Halloween season, and we get a lot of characterization. We spend a lot of time with Sienna, and actually that's a good thing, because in the first film, there was no characterization. It was a straight up grindhouse style slasher film, which there's nothing wrong with, but it really didn't give us a whole lot. And the characters were just, we meet the characters on Halloween night. They're on their way from the bar or this party, and they're stopping at a pizza place. They encounter Art the Clown, and we're off to the races. This film, there's a lot more setup, a lot more story, and in my opinion, a much better character. Sienna is a much better character to follow, and even her family, we get to spend a lot of time with her mom and her brother. And basically, she comes across Art at this Halloween store, and Art is killing people. This movie even has more carnage candy than the first film. I mean, they went nuts with the gore. There's so many kills in this film, and they're all bloody as hell, and some of them go on for quite a long time. So if you're looking for the gore, this movie delivers in spades. Everything about this film is bigger and better, I would say. Where the first film, you could tell, it was well done for how much money they had, because they didn't have a hell of a lot of money. This time you could tell they had a bigger budget, and Damien Leone went crazy. We just went nuts with this. Everything's bigger. Everything's better. Everything looks better in terms of filmmaking, effects. The effects in the first one look really damn good considering the budget. This one looks even better. And eventually Sienna realizes what her purpose was. At the end, her brother is taken to this haunted house where Art took him after he kills their mother, and she has to go save her brother, and she ends up being able to kick Art's ass, cut his head off, and we see the disfigured woman from the first film's back in this film, and she gives birth to Art's head at the end of the film, and that's how Terrifier 2 ends. What to like about this film? Well, Lauren Lavera is awesome. I've never seen her before until I saw her in this film. She is a rock star. She kind of reminds me of Samara Weaving from Ready or Not. She rocks this role. This series severely needed a character like her, and I'm glad she's back for the third film. We get a lot of characterization. We spend a lot of time with her and her family, and I appreciated that, for sure. The gore is off the chain. It's bigger, it's badder, it's crazier. If you thought that they couldn't top the hacksaw kill in the first film, they do here. They do, definitely. A few times, I do believe they top that kill. Story-wise, again, there's more there. We get a little hints into Art. I know I said in my first review that we don't really get a sense of who Art is or where he came from. This one, we get more of a sense that he is supernatural. Other than that, it sets up things for maybe the third film. We'll find out some more about Art, because we really don't. There's a lot of questions unanswered at the end of this film. So I really did enjoy my time with this. This is a bigger slasher film. Everything's bigger, more gorier. There's more story. Now, I will say, I think the score was pretty good. It's very reminiscent of 70s and 80s slasher films. Very synth score. very electronic. I love those kind of scores. I'm a big Carpenter fan with his scores, and he always does synth. So I like the score. My one negative, I would say, this movie's 2 hours and 18 minutes long. I would say this movie is definitely, without a doubt, 20 minutes too long. And honestly, I was with it. It's the third act. It starts to drag. There's moments where it's just padded out. It could have been cut down to get to our finale quicker. But yeah, I'd say it's 15, 20 minutes too long, this film. That's the one big glaring negative in my mind. In my opinion, there's no reason for a slasher film to go 2 hours and 20 minutes. Honestly, there's not. Yes, there's more story here, but not enough to sustain a 2 hour and 20 minute runtime. So that is my one big negative. I think the acting's better. I think the story's better. The gore's better. I even liked Art the Clown more here than I did. I liked him in the first film, but I think he's even better here. It's too damn long, in my opinion. I can still sit down and watch this again, but it's too long at the end of the day. That's the one big glaring negative. I know the third one, I think, clocks in at 2 hours and 5 minutes long, so it's a little shorter. So you can hear my dog Sage crying at the door. She wants to come up and see us. She knows we're up there. So that's my one big negative. But I really did enjoy this film. I think it's a better film than the first film. I think Damien Leone was much more assured director with this film. He set out to do something bigger, better, badder, and I think he succeeded with this film. But I would still give this film, at the end of the day, I would give it an 8 out of 10. This is really solid stuff, and I think what really bumped this up, besides everything else that I said, Laurel Laverna as Sienna really is the character this series needs, and I'm glad she's back for the third film. So I can't wait to see what Damien Leone has in store for us when Terrifier 3 comes out very soon. I plan to see that in the theaters, so I can't wait. But yeah, 8 out of 10 for Terrifier 2. Have you seen this film? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. What would you rate this film out of 10 or out of 5 stars? Do a letterbox rating if that's what you go with. That's it for this review. I'll be back with another review very soon. It is October after all. But until next time, bye.